Hello subscribers and non-subscribers, and welcome back to Let's Play Star Trek Online. So sorry there's no part last week. I did not have the time to record the week prior. But let's go ahead and begin. So in this part we are going to be doing a Step Between Stars, which if I recall correctly is a slightly longer mission. I think this is sort of when we start getting back into those longer missions that we used to have earlier. I believe this one also takes us out of our ship towards the end of it, which I'm not a big fan of that section, though supposedly they have made it to where the weapons do indeed scale to your level. They apparently previously used to sit at level 50 or whatever. So, Admiral, we have discovered a station near the center of the Solanae Dyson Sphere that controls the station's ability to jump to other areas of space utilizing the vast amounts of omega particles it generates as fuel. This could be disastrous for the Delta Quadrant if the reaction is not perfect. Vast areas of subspace would be damaged, rendering space travel in that region almost impossible. Our intel indicates that the Voth intend to take control of the station and jump the sphere back to their space. We cannot allow this to happen. Report to Joint Command. We'll need your help to stop this. Let's see if that transwarp will actually work. I know for some missions, transwarp just plops you out outside your capital. Okay, it does work. Also, just to make sure you are saving this stuff properly, because Star Trek Online likes to sort of forget your loadout stuff. Make sure my traits are also slotted. They are indeed okay. Go ahead and begin a Step Between Stars then. And this loading screen is going to take forever. Yippee. Oh boy. Well, I'm going to try and record 2 weeks worth of footage, so you guys will have a video throughout the entire Christmas holiday, especially since I'm not going to be able to record during the Christmas holiday. There's a lot of activity here in Joint Command, sir. The entire fleet must be mobilizing for something big. The rest of the senior staff is being briefed in another area. Our orders are to meet with the Chief Logistics Officer. Understood. I'll find the Chief Logistics Officer. He's right in front of us.
You're just in time. Please follow me to Sub-Commander Cole.
I think that's the Romulan Klingon aligned outfit, or at least one of them. Understood. I'll go to Sub-Commander Cole. I could follow them, or I could just say I know the way. So we're just going to go basically with the I know the way. There's no reason to actually follow them as far as I know.
Good to see you again. We now know why the sphere generates vast amounts of omega particles. It is designed to use those particles as fuel to jump to any area of space. There is a space station that controls the jumps in close orbit of the sphere's star.
Go on.
Admiral Tuvok from Starfleet was selected to lead a small team to the station to try to disable it. With him is Dr. Eric Cooper, a scientist who has been studying Dyson and Iconian technology. Something's gone wrong. 2 hours ago, we received a distress signal from Tuvok. Please use the console to download the signal. Afterward, I'd like to hear your opinion of the situation.
Understood. I'll listen to Tuvok's message.
Joint Command, please respond. This is Tuvok. Sensors have detected a large Voth fleet moving toward the station. They have discovered us, and we have yet to complete our work. Communications with our ship
Okay, let's go ahead and speak to Commander Cole again.
The attack on the Voth fleet will commence shortly. Captains, please return to your ships.
Tuvok and Cooper are stranded with an entire Voth fleet bearing down on them. I need you to fly to the station, rescue our team, and finish the mission. Our fleet will engage the Voth to help keep them distracted. But to avoid detection, you'll need to fly roughly 100 kilometers above the surface of the star.
Flying close to the sun will put my ship at risk, but we'll do that mission. We'll do what the mission demands.
Speak with the logistics officer assigned to brief your crew on the situation. With your permission, we can help your engineers set up a temporary modulation for your shield frequencies that should allow your ship to travel that close to the sun safely.
Very good. I'll speak with the logistics officer.
Greetings. Our engineers are working with your crew now to create a temporary modulation program that will help your shields protect your ship from the heat and radiation you will encounter on your way to the sun station. Your ship should be able to safely make the trip, but it won't be able to remain in orbit at the station.
Okay, where should the Odin go after I'm on the station?
We will need every available ship to fight the Voth. It would be best if your ship joined the fleet once you are aboard the station. Your goals on the station are to find Admiral Tuvok, assist him to shut down the sphere's jump capabilities, and then retreat before the Voth fleet arrives. Do you have any questions?
If the Odin's with the fleet, what's our escape plan?
Admiral Tuvok traveled to the station in a new starship, specifically designed to withstand the conditions there. The Dyson has reported some technical issues, but they should still be in transporter range. It will be standing by to assist you when you've completed your mission.
Understood. I'll return to my ship. Captain, we are approaching the surface of the star. The modifications to our shields are holding off the worst of the effects, but they won't keep us safe for long. We're already losing subsystems to the heat and radiation. I can keep us flying now with emergency backups, but more systems are going offline by the minute. It's only a matter of time before we lose something critical. The Odin will hold together. Plot a course for the station, best possible speed. You can't actually see the battle. Somewhat annoyingly. At least we are able to use full impulse here. We can't establish any communications with the station, Admiral. Initial scans indicate that the nearby solar flares are interfering with our frequencies. It is possible for the Odin to repair the nearby solar flare inhibitors that should allow us to contact the station. Very well, we'll repair the solar flare inhibitors, then contact Admiral Tuvok. Okay, now we're having issues with our structural integrity field. Environmental controls on Deck 10 are down. All personnel have been evacuated, however. And replicas just went offline. They'll be fine though. Okay, let's go ahead and contact Tuvok.
Your arrival is timely. The Voth are already on the station. I am with Dr. Cooper and many of the other members of our team at the camp. Any assistance you can render would be useful. I recommend that you speak to your crew before transfer. Your vessel will not be able to remain in range for long.
Understood, it'll be there soon. Captain, the ship will suffer irreversible damage if we stay this close to the sun. We can retreat, perform critical repairs, and then rejoin the fleet against the Voth. What are your orders? Support the fleet once they leave. I don't really have a choice. Understood, sir. We'll take good care of the Odin while you're away. Are you prepared for transport?
Greetings. I am Admiral Tuvok. The man behind the crates is Dr. Eric Cooper, the Federation Science Council's expert on Dyson technology.
Yes. Hello. I'm Dr. Cooper.
Allow me to brief you on the situation, so we may determine the best plan of action. Main power is offline. I am not sure what caused this disruption, but the event was fortunate. The darkness is a distinct tactical advantage. There are manual overrides in each room. I have temporarily disabled the one between us and the Vaughn. The Dyson's captains moved ahead to determine what is beyond the next door.
What can you tell me about the station?
There are 2 generator rooms that control much of the station's operations. The generator room to the south controls the power. The control room to the west, where the Voth are, maintains the station's jump capabilities. It is imperative we reach the west control room and disable it before the Voth jump this sphere back to their space. The release of the Omega particles needed for this reaction would be catastrophic.
How many Voth between us in the control room then?
More than the 3 of us can safely engage. Defeat would be certain. However, if we restore main power, we can use the station's automated defenses to even the odds, if we can avoid being targeted by them ourselves. I understand you have extensive combat experience. Do you have any suggestions?
Extensive combat experience seems like an understatement considering the fact that this is Star Trek Online. We should find any survivors and make our way to the generator room. His ship is not in orbit. Cole already told us that. They had to leave to... Oh, actually, no, I think it was Tuvok's message, rather. That they ended up needing to leave to get to a safe distance. Which means they're probably not in orbit anymore.
We're moving away from the Voth, right?
Nope. We're going towards them.
Good thing you're here. I'll try to get the ship.
I sense another presence. We are not alone.
What was your first clue, Tuvok? That the captain got shot?
I am not detecting the Voth that killed the captain. He is using cloak technology. The captain did his best option is to remain hidden and attempt to waylay us one by one. We must move forward. The trapped Voth would be attempting to circumvent my modifications. What do you suggest?
Okay, we can give Cooper a phaser, and he'll, I don't think, actually do anything with it. We can tell Tuvok to protect Cooper, or we can just say, watch my back. Yeah, watch my back. If you see the Voth, shoot first. I think you can scan some of these bodies, actually. Okay, you can try to resuscitate. You can't actually do it. I don't think you get anything for it either. Although I could be wrong. I wouldn't be surprised if there's an accolade for checking out each of these bodies. But evidently that's not the case.
Sorry. I thought I saw something.
Okay. Okay, yep. You probably didn't hear him actually say remain calm, doctor, because I switched windows for a second just to make sure that I didn't have the hotkey set for taking images
The defenses in here can be quite lethal.
in my recording software.
It was awful. The sounds, the blood. Ugh.
Because it's the same key that I use for quickly pressing 1 down here on my mouse. I don't actually have one of those MMO mice that have all the numbers on them. I just have some extra side buttons. And I use those for 1 and 2.
I will stand watch while you and the doctor examine the generator.
If I understand this correctly, we can restore main power activating consoles that match the symbol up here. After the first one is activated, we'll only have 20 seconds to activate the other two. If we don't, the system will defend itself. Also, activating the wrong consoles will trigger the system's defenses. Be careful.
Wonderful. Okay, we're gonna start off with blue.
That looks right. That looks right. That did it. The final console is unlocked.
Let's go ahead and restart power then. And for every reason that opens the window. Because reasons, I guess. Okay, Tuvok.
This does not by restoring main power. We have released the locks, preventing the Voth from reaching our location. They will already be on the move. We will require Cooper's assistance to subvert the automated defenses for our own use. The doctor is an expert in the technology found on the sphere. This is well within his capabilities.
Okay, I guess I'll talk to the doctor.
What are we going to do? Voth will be here any second, and I don't think they're in the mood to take prisoners. Please, you have to get me out of here. I'm not like you and Tuvok. I'm much too important to die here.
And apparently we're not important. Calm down. We'll all get out of here if you help us.
My help? What can I do? You and Tuvok have done everything so far. I don't even know how to use a phaser. I just want to go back to my lab. I was never meant for field work.
Tuvok said Tuvok said no one knows the technology better than you do. You can do this, Cooper.
Tuvok said that? Well, maybe. I might know the technology, but I don't work well under pressure. I need time and space to think, and I need to be able to do my work without fear of being killed. I can't help you. I'm sorry.
Cooper, I believe in you. You can do this.
All right. I'll try. If we're here, and the station's defenses are active, but we're not under attack. But if that's the case, wait. I can do this. Just give me a moment.
Do it. Okay, now we have to go and defend him.
If I try this.
Dr. Cooper, we require a solution.
I'm working on it. Vulcans, if I can just try that. Yes, I have it. I've done something. I'm not ready for what's being thrown at me here. Maybe I could activate the beams or something else.
Allow me, Doctor. Fascinating. With this exposed, I can manually activate the defenses in the next room. However, there is another possibility.
What is it?
Instead of activating the defenses to assist you, I can reroute the power to attempt to send a message to our stranded ship. It may not help, but we have been out of contact for hours. Your options are activating the defense beams, activating swarmers, or using none of them.
Tell me about the beams.
I can activate beams of energy that will shoot down in set periods of time. I do not have any further control than that. But you could lure some of the Voth into the beams. The beams are quite deadly, so I would advise keeping your distance. This would be our easiest option against the Voth, but if we are not careful, we could be caught in the beams. Would you prefer I activate the beams?
And and this is actually, in my opinion, sort of a worthless one because it requires you to get the Voth to stay in the beams. I'm pretty sure the beams fire down into set locations, so yeah, unless you can manage to get the Voth into it, it's kind of worthless.
I can alter the programming of the security swarmers that normally patrol this area. They will attack the Voth, but they also will attack us if there are no other targets. The swarmers will provide a distraction for us, but they could also be a liability. Do you want me to activate the swarmers?
But they are more likely to engage the Voth than the beams are, relatively speaking. And I think you get an accolade for doing this with no defenses to support you.
Slim enough that I cannot recommend it. However, if you choose to do so, I will support you.
So we're gonna go with the swarmers
I'll wait here. You go on ahead.
because they're at least something. I thought you normally had to defend Cooper while he was doing that, but evidently I'm remembering incorrectly.
More Voth inbound. Prepare yourself. Voth commanders are approaching.
No, deal with the strike commander first, then we can deal with the swarmers.
On your guard.
And Cooper still isn't following us.
Arm yourself. With the Voth taking action.
Okay, now that he's dealt with. Apparently he decided to stay in that room this entire time.
I'm fine. Voth can't get in. You, may want to put a shield up around the next door before you open it.
Right then.
It would appear all that is between us and our goal is the vacuum of space. My modifications successfully locked the Voth out of this area. However, there was an armed Voth battle scene in the corridor. The station's automated swarmers attacked, and this is the result.
Try to contact the Dyson again. They can transport us across.
No response. According to my readings, there is no method of direct access. Unless your ship is within range, we are stranded.
My crew will be with the fleet. Should we wait for Cooper?
I'm here. Wait.
Doctor, we require a way to access the other areas of the station. Your thoughts?
I have an idea, but you may not like it. Those EV suits over there, they have maneuvering jets that we could use on the outside of the station. I've looked them over, and they should be able to withstand the heat of the sun.
Should.
Well, nothing will withstand that much heat and radiation for long. The suits appear to be designed for use in the shadow of the station, but technically they can keep us safe for a little while.
They will have to suffice. We have no other logical option.
And we got a Tuvok clone on that cutscene, because the game failed to delete that model. We got stuck on an invisible portion of that.
Doctor, are you going to prepare yourself?
Or we could just say, let's not bring Cooper along. I think that also works.
Do you really need me out there? Internal comms are still active. I could just tell you what you have to do. I really can't stand any more stress. I have no idea why Admiral Tuvok chose me for this project. I'm not trained for field work. If I get home alive, I'm writing a letter to the Federation Science Council. I'll file a formal complaint.
Do you want to be alone when the Voth arrive? Or the Voth return, rather.
The Voth? I thought you defeated them all. They're not going to come back, are they? I can't be alone if they come back. They'll kill me. They'll rip me apart.
Then come with us if you want to live. I didn't realize we were the Terminator.
Okay, I'll do it. I can't fight the Voth alone.
Good. Let's get moving. Especially since you don't have a phaser. Of course you can't fight the Voth alone. If you at least had a phaser, you might have stood a chance. Tuvok, you don't have to watch him, you know that, right?
I can do this. I can do this. I can do this.
I do think technically any EV suit you used would have been able to do this. Although I could be wrong about that.
There is a large piece of debris blocking the station's entrance. There is a large amount of debris blocking the entrance. It will be impossible for us to move it without assistance. I can scan the area for anything that may be of use.
Good idea.
There are two objects of interest. The first is the remains of a Voth battlesuit. There is a mortar payload within it that we can place onto the debris. The second is the remains of a swarmer, specifically a miniaturized communications device. We could use it to detonate the mortar remotely.
You get the communicator, I'll get the payload. Game, of course, needs to tell me where it is. Because they have to assume that you've never played this mission before. I think if you do actually stand out in the open long enough, you will burn. But as long as you have something between you and the sun, you won't burn. God, it's so hard to control these things.
I suggest flying a safe distance before activating the charges.
You don't say. I gotta fly a little bit further forward, and I went too far back then. Okay, now to scan the door, which, if I recall correctly, we'll be informed that we have to do some other stuff to open it.
The door is sealed. Any ideas, Doctor?
There should be a manual release for the locks above us.
And of course there's three,
I
but
will establish a shield.
rather than one person going to each, we have to, or I have to do it myself. Of course, my character is not supposed to be an expert on technology in a Dyson Sphere. Really, this should be probably being left to Cooper, or at the very least, he should be providing some degree of instructions.
The doors are open. Dr. Cooper and I will wait for you inside.
suits are fried. I doubt they'll be much use anymore.
Something has closed the doors. Most unsettling.
You don't say.
I think the station's defenses are activating.
Why does Cooper not have a shield? Cooper should have a personal shield. Unidentified assault drone. You mean swarmers? We've used them before.
Move forward before more defenses activate.
Game acts like we've never seen swarmers before. It even refers to them as swarmers over here, but when you click on them, they're unidentified assault drones.
I remember this room. The security protocols shut us out when we first arrived.
Prepare yourself. You must defend Dr. Cooper.
And we need to interact, I think, with both of these consoles periodically, or rather with either of these consoles periodically.
Activate a console while I work on this. Excellent. I can keep moving forward.
Don't know. Maybe he progresses even if you don't. It just takes longer. I honestly don't know. Let's go and stand by this one.
I need you to activate a console while I work on this.
Okay, that one apparently decided to kamikaze into me.
Perfect. I'm almost done.
Okay. Didn't have to go and fight another wave. Keep her phaser out.
We must power down the room's shielding to access the control panels.
Okay, didn't realize this was an accolade for making sure Tuvok doesn't get knocked unconscious.
The doctor and I will continue our work while you disable the lower panels.
Of course, there's no way back up until after you deal with these.
Good work. Reactivate the shields and we can complete our mission.
Does it matter which one of these you do? Okay, no, they're both. Really? It's a little interesting that they gave you two consoles to reactivate shields with.
The station is yours.
Just seems like a weird thing to do. Oh. Activate main control to shut down the station.
There we go. The deactivation program is moving nicely.
Doctor, I'm detecting something curious. Energy levels in the gateway in front of us are rising at an exponential rate. It appears to be activating.
What? Let me check. Oh, this is not good. The gateway is designed to be an escape hatch in the event this station goes offline. We cannot deactivate the jump protocols without activating the gateway as well.
Is there any way to override the protocols?
None that I can see. If we want to stop the jump, we have to activate that gate.
It seems we have little choice. Your thoughts?
If we have no choice, my thoughts don't really matter in this scenario.
As Tuvok said, we
I mean, really, no matter what, you end up being forced to shut it down. Even if you say the risk is too high, your character, I believe, is essentially persuaded to say, okay, it's time to shut it down. Sure, we'll say the risk is too high. We can't open another gateway.
I know you have a past with the Iconian gateways, but our options are limited. The choice is logical. If the Voth jump the sphere to an area near their homeworld, billions of Omega particles will be expended. With the degradation of the sphere's systems caused by centuries of disuse, there is an 86.8% chance that the expenditure will cause an Omega detonation, destroying subspace across a vast region of the Delta Quadrant. The alternative is opening a single gateway. That is far less of a risk.
And apparently I can say again the risk is too high, but fine. I'll activate the gateway.
I'm so sorry. I wish I could have found a better way. I failed you both.
Do not dwell on this. If there was another option, we would have found it. One moment. We are being hailed. Tuvok here.
Chief Engineer Tarkram of the Dyson here, Admiral.
Acknowledged, Chief. Are all of your systems restored?
The opening of the gateway cleared up the ambient distortion disruptions. Do you need transport?
Yes, I want to get off this station now.
We are ready to depart. Chief, do you have... Listen. 3 to the
Can't get along. You need to get out of the hot zone. Move!
Because we need to add a couple. We need to make the mission just a tad bit longer, so we're gonna make you sprint through a couple of rooms. Don't worry, you don't have to fight anything. You'll also get to listen to Cooper complain about we're all gonna die. He's trying to be like that guy from the Aliens movie that says, it's game over, man, game over.
We have a lock on you, sir. Just give the word.
Well, you have a lock on me. Pretty sure you don't have the lock on the rest of them because they're all stuck back there. But sure, beam us up. Who needs Tuvok and Cooper?
Good to have you on board, sir. I'm Chief Engineer Tarkram. The fleet and your ship are still engaged with the Voth, but several Voth ships are making their way toward the gateway. One of their dreadnoughts has already passed through. As the only available ship, we have orders to stop the other Voth from entering the gateway.
Understood. Let's see what this ship can do. Ugh. We get to deal with this shitty ship. Especially since the layout, like, holy crap, game. You couldn't at least be decent and make sure you put the normal weapons down here on the first row? Seriously? How hard would it be to do that? How did I even... Oh, tractor beam. Did not mean to do that. Fire! Everything, go! This is also... This ship just has a generally crappy layout anyway. Because you basically have cannons that can only be used when in tactical mode, for one thing. And a bunch of beams. That's generally a crap layout. And, I mean, let's add, one of those is a dual beam bank, and you also have fore and aft torpedoes. There is literally no reason to use both fore and aft torpedoes. unless you're trying to just stick with a sort of cannon ship design, because I'm pretty sure most ships in Star Trek do have fore and aft torpedoes and cannon, but beyond that, there's no reason to. I don't know what the hell that does, I'll be honest. There we go. Don't even know what the hell I did.
There are no more bombs in the city, but one dreadnought did go through the gateway. If my readings are correct, it is passing into the Dyson Sphere. This one deeper in the Delta Quadrant. If the vault are fought to enter our sphere, they will try to claim it, as they have fought to claim this one.
Well, then we'll have to enter the gateway.
Navigational readings indicate we are in the Delta Quadrant. However, we are inside a Dyson Sphere, and there are no known structures of this type in this region. I'm detecting the presence of a Starfleet vessel, the USS Gold. That ship disappeared on a survey of the Genolan Dyson Sphere at the precise instant the Iconian Gateway network was reset to save New Romulus.
Okay, the Genolan Dyson Sphere?
This sphere was discovered by the crew of the USS Genolan in 2294. The USS Enterprise D rescued Montgomery Scott, a survivor of the Genolan 75 years later. However, it now appears that the Genolan Sphere had the same jump capabilities as the Solanae, and moved to this location with the Gold inside.
Interesting. What is the status of the Gold?
I'm detecting disabled systems on the Gold, but there is no weapons damage. Also, sensors indicate that the Voth Dreadnought has its weapons armed, but is not fired. What do you suggest?
Hail the USS Gold, find out what they know. Get into tactical mode. I mean, it's a decent looking ship, I'll be honest.
Thank the prophets. I knew someone would find us. We were on a routine survey in the Genolan Dyson Sphere when something happened. Systems that have been dormant for centuries activated. The energy readings were off the scale. Then a flash and...
We're here now, you're not
My
alone.
nav computer claims we're in the Delta Quadrant. If that's right, this entire Dyson Sphere somehow moved itself more than 50,000 light years from its previous position. Since then, we've been stuck. I would have taken Voyager's path back home if we could get out of the sphere. The doors were locked tight, and the gateway powered down as soon as we arrived.
The sphere did move, but we can help you return home.
Glad to have the help. Supplies are running low. But what was that ship that just passed us? Shares some signs of Voth tech, but our databanks don't have anything like that.
Okay, let's go ahead and explain everything.
Another Dyson Sphere? It's taken us 40 years to study this one, and we're not even close to understanding it. And if that ship was Voth, it would explain why they ignored our hails. They came in with their weapons armed and then simply stopped. Didn't see us as a threat. The ship set course for the sealed door and is just sitting there. They're ignoring us. I promised my crew we'd get home. If you could send over a team with some spare components, I can get this ship ready to travel.
Okay, we'll transport over a few of our engineers to help. I'm sure this is one of those Atari designs.
I have extensive experience with the Voth. While they are arrogant, it is not like them to completely ignore a potential threat. It may be that they sense a greater danger. I suggest we approach and attempt to hail them. Voyager found that some Voth were open to negotiation. We should make every attempt to find a peaceful solution.
Okay, let's plot a course for the Voth ship then. And the USS Gold is saying I'm getting the hell out of here. And tractor beamed us.
The Voth are moving towards the door.
Tuvok?
Your query will have to wait, Doctor. Shields are down and we...
You're not.
You're not Cooper.
The weak shall perish.
And where am I during this whole thing?
Captain, the Undine outside of the sphere are powering weapons. The mammalian ship is still disabled.
Arm all weapons. We will destroy the creatures and then return for the mammals.
Well, it looks like they're not returning for us.
I am unharmed, but we are in danger. We are deep within the Delta Quadrant, right where Cooper wanted us. We do not know how long this infiltrator has impersonated Cooper, or the extent of what he has done. However, I am quite familiar with the tactics of Species 8472. We will repel the Undine, and survive to warn the Alpha Quadrant of the renewed threat.
Finally, a worthy adversary for my new ship.
Oh, that's supposed to be an engineer, isn't he? Okay, and that thing just stops because it's not fronting us anymore. Thanks for just jumping out to nowhere.
Rear shield failing.
Kinda wish we had a cannon rapid fire rather than a scatter volley only. Frickin' Undine. And all the jumping around.
This ship can take it.
Don't worry, we have backup.
You do not. They are extremely dangerous.
I have experience with the Undine as well. Make it sound like you're the only one in Starfleet with experience against them. Thanks, game. What does that even mean?
3 battleships. That may be a problem.
Oh, now you're not so confident.
None of the Undine get through.
Unless you decide to cloak and run off and do your own thing. I've had you do that in the past.
The Fortescue is here. Now the real fight begins.
Oh, shit, it's lagging because of that damn thing. Okay, game, I didn't ask to open that. Yeah, this is why I hate this mission. Honestly, I probably would actually be better off in my normal ship. I just can't stand the crappy ships that the game throws at you. And they really are crap. They use terrible designs.
It is not over yet, Captain. 2 Undine dreadnoughts.
Because of course, we can't be done just yet. Well, at least I'm not the one being fired on right now. And that one just disappeared. Despite being in a grab well, it's able to just jump over to a completely different area from that. If you ask me, it shouldn't be allowed to do that. Yeah, we know about that fleet. My ship is supposed to be there helping them.
Congratulations on a successful mission. Now the Romulan Republic will take over. We'll set up a command center for further operations. I'm sure Command will contact you when your presence is needed.
Yeah, no, sorry, Jarok. But this is all the way in the Delta Quadrant. Pretty sure the Romulans don't get to just instantly claim it. Don't start being a star empire now.
No, this ends now. Our generosity to the Romulans can only extend so far. The Klingon Empire claims this Dyson Sphere as its own. Starfleet and the Republic would be wise to keep their distance. Or else.
Now, Captain Corrin, you do realize that the only way to access this Dyson Sphere, at least as far as we know, seems to be through the Solanae Dyson Sphere. So you would literally have to go through Romulan space just to access this one in the first place. The Solanae Dyson Sphere is controlled by an alliance. Why would this one be different?
Oh, are you prepared to back that statement with action? The Klingon Empire Empire has restrained itself again and again in an attempt to maintain this alliance with the Romulans. I think it's time I remind you of what happens when a Klingon loses patience.
Remain calm, Corin. We don't need to do this.
Fighting over this sphere is not an option. It would divide our strength. Precisely what would benefit the Undine. The Voth chose to fight instead of cooperate. They were destroyed. We can choose not to be enemies. It was time we did so.
Well, Corin?
The Klingon Empire will not sit and wait while the Federation and Romulans continue to claim these powerful weapons for themselves. This conversation is not over.
Very well. And you, Commander Jarok?
The Romulan Republic will continue to take responsibility for areas within our jurisdiction, but I do not wish to cause a rift in what has been a successful joint action. However, I will not be put in a position where I must choose between the Federation and the Klingon Empire. We have agreements on both sides that must be honored. Sub-Commander Cole can handle the details. I am a ship captain, not an administrator.
Says the person who instantly went ahead and decided to start trying to claim this as a part of the Romulan Republic.
Cooper's departure has lifted the miasma in my mind. Causation I did not even realize was there. He was influencing me. He used the psychic abilities of the Undine to influence my thoughts. And the results are an effect of my failure. I should have been able to detect his influence.
Those mines took forever to explode for some reason. We must look forward. What now?
We have fulfilled our mission to neutralize the jump capabilities of the Solanae Sphere, only to open up a gateway that the Undine can now use to reach our space. They will no longer have to create rifts from fluidic space. Was this Cooper's plan all along? I suggest we return to Sub-Commander Cole. We must attempt to save the fragile piece of the Alliance.
Okay, let's go ahead and report to him then.
The sphere is under Federation control.
This sphere is only accessible through an Alliance-controlled gateway.
Then perhaps it is time to end this alliance.
This is neither the time nor the place for this.
Commander Jarok is correct. The Undine are a threat to us all. Now they have direct access to our space. I propose a summit. We must decide together what we must do to protect the Alpha Quadrant. Our disputes may need to be put aside in the face of a greater enemy. I volunteer to mediate these talks. Dr. Cooper manipulated me to achieve his goals. It is only logical that I take responsibility for what has happened here.
Very well, Vulcan. We will finish this later.
To be continued. And then we just magically get plopped out all the way back here in the Vulcan sector. Well, that's going to be it for this part. I will see you all... Oh, well, let's actually turn to the mission first. I could not have anticipated all of this, Admiral. I feel for Admiral Tuvok, but I was fooled by Cooper's disguise as well. Tuvok and I will begin working on the next steps. We need to get everyone to sit down together and discuss what we should do before we start shooting at one another. I will contact you for your aid once we have concrete plans. You can rest assured we will need your help in this. Okay, and we got some choices. Don't think any of these are actually any good. I'll be completely honest with you all. So I'll just take that because it's something, and I need to claim something. But that's going to be it for this part, like I started to say before. I'll see you all in the next part. Quick reminder, I do have a Patreon. If you enjoy the content on the channel, please go and become a patron. It helps the channel out a whole hell of a lot, even if it's only at the $1 a month tier. Basically, everybody sort of gets the same stuff no matter what tier you can patron at. For this series, it's kind of irrelevant. But for some other series like my Stellaris and Crusader Kings 2 series, the higher your tier, you get a little bit extra priority when it comes to getting your name in game. But again, in the case of this game, it's largely irrelevant because I'm not doing anything like naming bridge officers after patrons or anything like that. But nonetheless, I'll see you all, like I said, in the next part. But until then, a goodbye and farewell.